What's going down? What's going down? Back again. Objective of this video is to show you how to find a job fast using LinkedIn. Not having to walk into a bunch of places or call a bunch of folks. Find you a job, a professional job, a career job using LinkedIn. My background is in sales. I work with different tech companies and software companies. The last maybe 4 roles that I've stepped into were all roles that were offered to me on LinkedIn because of how I've set things up, because of this process I've followed. So I'm going to show you how to do that, where you'll have it where recruiters are coming to you saying, hey, you look like a good fit for this. You look like a good fit for this, as opposed to you having to proactively go out there and search for a bunch of jobs, which we all hate doing. Let's make it where they coming to you. That's the whole objective of this. Whether it's an entry-level job or whether it's a higher-level position, these same steps can really be followed across the spectrum. A lot of this stuff you may know if you have some familiarity with it, but I've talked to people and I see how they use LinkedIn. A lot of this is going to be pro tips that most folks aren't really doing. Short story, back in 2017, the company I was working at in my sales manager role for about 3 years decided to restructure things, which would have resulted in me getting a demotion. So I decided to leave the company, or they offered me the opportunity to leave the company. That was January 2017. My lease in my apartment was up July 17, 7 months out, and I decided I'm finding a job in Atlanta and I'm moving. I'm gonna do that all remotely on LinkedIn. I started busting my ass, and when I tell you they called me, I got an offer, a great offer, 3 weeks before my lease was up, and I was in the process of talking with 3 or 4 companies at that time. So I'm gonna show you how to again get that same sort of success, because now I'm in a position where I don't look for jobs anymore. I can just go to my inbox and kind of pick which message or which recruiter has reached out with a cool offer at a cool company, and it's done. Without further ado, let's jump into it. First things first, set up your profile page with as much detail as possible. All right? Profile picture, background picture, summary, job history with all the companies and roles listed properly with responsibilities and accomplishments, skills, certification, education. A lot of times you'll look at a LinkedIn page and people, there's no picture on there. There's just a name with 2 job listings. Fill it out. Every field on there that you can complete with something, try to fill it out as best as possible. Because recruiters, it's their job to get on here every day. All these recruiters at these staffing companies and these other organizations, they get on here every day and they're looking for people on LinkedIn. If they come across your profile, you might be qualified for the role, but if there's no profile picture, there's no real description, there's no summary, there's no listing of the job responsibilities, you're going to get overlooked compared to somebody who has all that stuff. And it's really easy to do. It takes 5 minutes. You probably got a Facebook profile or an IG profile. You fill that out. Go ahead and fill this out because it can make you money and build you a career. 2, think about buzzwords and general terms that a recruiter might be using as they're searching for this stuff, right? And you're going to use that under your name on LinkedIn. There's a little subheading area where you can just type in whatever you want. Use that area. Take a second to think, what would a recruiter be typing for in a role that I'm interested in? Whether you work in customer service, sales, SaaS sales, B2B SaaS sales. So I make sure I put that on there because when somebody's typing SaaS sales, I'm going to show up on that search result for that role. Whatever the role is you're looking for, or the field you want that job to be in, real estate, manufacturing, whatever it is, food service, make sure you type that in there and fill up as much of that space as possible. If you don't know what to type in there, look at other people on LinkedIn who have similar roles to the one you want and see what they have. A lot of times they have really cool kind of general things that may also apply to you. So for me, again, I'll put like things like executive, sales executive, SaaS, B2B, all these different things that I know a recruiter might be searching for. I'm going to show up in those search results. 3, make sure your settings are set up so you're letting recruiters know you're open to work. So I don't think on my phone you'll be able to see it. The brightness is weird. Basically, when you're on your phone or your desktop, right under where you have your location and your name, there's an area that says open to work. Click that. Make sure that you have it set up where recruiters know you're open to work, and make sure you have roles entered in there. It allows you to enter in jobs that you might be interested in. Make sure that's filled out with something you want to do. This is going to get you higher on those search results. That's how LinkedIn works. A lot of it is really just about getting yourself higher in that algorithm. So that's what I'm trying to teach you here. Make sure your settings are set up where you're letting recruiters know you're open to work in your area. Also, like, you know, unless you're trying to move to another area, make sure it's set up properly though. Next step, this is what I don't see a lot of people do, and this is where I think I ended up having a lot of success trying to relocate to a new state within a time frame with no leads in that state, no help, just doing it remotely. You're gonna Google search staffing companies near me or recruiting companies near me. There are staffing companies where their whole purpose is they're a team of recruiters and they're looking for people like you to put them in roles. They're incentivized by it. Find these staffing companies near you. There's probably 3 or 4 of them, depending on where you are, probably a lot more. Find them, figure out who they are. You might want to make a list or something. Search them on LinkedIn. Follow them, connect with them. Find all their recruiters on LinkedIn. It should usually show when you look at a company, it'll say, 51 employees on LinkedIn. Click that link, and every recruiter on there, connect. Now you're popping up on their radar. They're getting this connect from you. Customer service representative. Oh, wow. We got an opening for a customer service rep. This guy just reached out to connect. Boom. Perfect timing. Another thing I suggest as step 6, write a little note explaining just who you are, your background, and what you're looking to do. No more than 4 or 5 sentences to share with these recruiters who you connect with, and blast this out to every recruiter that you can find in your area. Mine back in, I told you, 2017, when I was looking to move to Atlanta, I wrote up a note like something to the effect of, "Hi, I'm TJ Nichols. I got a background in sales. I'm interested in sales executive opportunities in the area. If you come across any, I'd be happy to explore," blah, 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 that sort of thing. Just 3 or 4 sentences explaining who you are, what area you're kind of looking to get into. Be friendly. This puts you ahead of all the other people that are connecting with these recruiters. You're not going to be the only person reaching out to them to connect with them. This will now put you ahead of them. What's up? Write up a little note. Share that with all of them because it sets you apart from everybody else who's connecting with them. And more than likely, they're going to respond to it. These people are nice. They'll reply saying, "Hey, we've actually got openings in this role that I'd like to talk to you about." Or they'll say, "No, we don't have anything right now, but I'll keep you on my radar." And when something comes up, now you're on their radar. It's something that's so small, it takes you 10 seconds. Well, it takes you a minute to type up this note. It takes you 10 seconds to blast that note out to 20 different recruiters. Do it. Just do it. Don't overlook it, or they will overlook you. 7, consider a list of 5 to 10 companies in your area or wherever you're looking that you'd like to work with, and find them on LinkedIn. Every company at this point, for the most part, they've got a LinkedIn page. Find that company, follow that company. So the first one, remember, we were talking about staffing companies. Now we're talking about just companies, organizations that you're interested in working with. Find them on LinkedIn. Search for the managers, for the HR team at that company. I've even reached out to CEOs before at different companies. Find those folks in the company, the recruiters, and send out that note. That same note you just blasted out to all these recruiters, send it out to these companies as well, right? And we haven't even looked at a job listing yet. Remember this. We're talking to recruiters, we're connecting. We haven't even looked at a job listing yet. 8, now we'll start looking at job listings. There is a way to search job listings on LinkedIn. It's pretty easy to find. Let me see here. I How easy it would be to find. Yeah, jobs. It's literally right if you're on the app, the bottom far right corner. This may change over time, depending on this video. You'll see jobs. Just click it. Again, make sure things are set up to where you're letting recruiters know you're open to work. But you can also search for jobs right here. And from my experience, a lot of times the companies like using LinkedIn over other things they're getting applications from. Sometimes it works the opposite. Either way, find jobs that you're interested in. You can save them on LinkedIn, so just save them, save them, save them. There are some of them even you can do a one-click apply. We all hate filling out applications, right? It shit takes forever. Some of these jobs you can do the one-click apply where you just click it and it sends over your LinkedIn profile, and that's enough to apply for it. Some of them might take you to the company's website. Either way, I kept all my job listing searches for the most part on LinkedIn. I had great success with it, so I'm recommending it here. Save all those listings. After you've done that, make sure your resume is up to date. So this is step 9. Make sure your resume is up to date. You can actually do this at any point in the process. You really always want your resume to be up to date, just as a general principle. Make sure it looks good. Get on Google and search resume review service. There are companies that will do a one-time free resume review. I sent mine. I thought my resume looked great. I sent it just in case, and they tore it up, ripped it up. Nope, you need to change this, change this, change it. These people are really good at what they do. Search for one of these resume review services. I'm not going to promote one in this video because you can easily just Google search it. I'm trying to teach you how to fish instead of giving you the fish. Search for it. Have somebody review your resume. Once that's ready, all them job listings you just saved, start applying and put that resume on there. So now you got a resume. You got a list of companies in your area that you're interested in. You got a list of job listings that you found from the LinkedIn job option. And now your resume is ready. And you got a note that you can use for these recruiters to start connecting with. Because you're going to keep doing that. That whole connecting with the recruiters and sending out notes, that never stops during this entire process. You keep doing that. You keep doing that. Again, because it's so easy to do. How hard is it for me to take a note, copy it, find 20 recruiters in my area, and paste all of them this note and connect with them? You got to do it. 10, and the final step. Once you've applied for these roles, either through LinkedIn or from the website of the company, do that same thing we just previously did. Search for the hiring managers at these companies that you just applied for. A lot of times they'll even have like a hiring manager listed on the job description that you just applied to. Find them on LinkedIn, connect with them, send them that note, follow up on your application. Hey, I just submitted an application a couple days ago. I saw that you were the hiring manager for the company. I wanted to reach out to make sure you received my resume and see if there's a chance we can set up some time to chat. Boom. That same thing, again, can be pasted to every job listing you apply to. And you want to personalize things some, but this is much easier to do from your phone or your laptop versus having to do all this running around and asking your friend, hey, you hiring, y'all know somebody, walking in places, oh, y'all hiring. Dude, just do that. Do it all online. Continue this process, the adding recruiters, the saving job listings, and you're going to notice more and more recruiters and staffing companies reaching out to you. It worked for me. I just sat down for about 30 minutes to an hour with one of my close colleagues recently who was out of work. They are now flooded in job offers after, I think it's only been a month of doing this. I'm really giving you free game. I should be charging for this because this really is going to make you a lot of money. But keep doing those things, and more recruiters, more staffing companies, they're going to be reaching out to you. If I could show you my inbox right now, I really wish I could, but it doesn't look like it's showing properly on here. I would show you how flooded my LinkedIn DM. These are all recruiters. Let's see if I can get this on here. These are all recruiters. The unread messages are all recruiters from job openings. Let me see if I can read some of them. Yeah. Are you currently working on it? Yeah. All of these, you could be on the blah, blah, blah team with blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to say no names. inside sales rep, all these different. I don't have to look for jobs anymore. I can't. That time in 2017 is the last time I had to look for a job. So follow these steps, and I'm telling you, you're good. You'll flip the script. You'll create an environment where people are coming to you, and you're not chasing them anymore. Recruiters get paid commissions when they bring on new employees at a company. So they're hungry, they're eager, they're incentivized to get you into a role. You just got to leverage the technology. Even if you're looking for an entry-level role and you don't have any actual work experience, you can still use this method. There's a lot of awesome companies out there and call centers with customer service roles that don't require any experience. BDR, business development representative roles, sales related. They don't require any previous experience a lot of times. So even if you feel like, oh no, I work at Wendy's right now. Like, how am I gonna find a job on LinkedIn? I don't have a background. Or if you don't have any history at all working, you can still easily find a job on LinkedIn using this process. Just keep entry level roles in mind, and you can sort by that on here. I've seen a lot of people start those sort of roles with no experience at all, and then get promoted to a lead or manager position after a year or two, and now they're heading the entire department after a few years. So use this. Let me know if you got any feedback, any thoughts. Feel free to put some in the comments. Of course, like, subscribe, share for anybody who might benefit from it. That's it. 10 steps. Follow those 10 steps. You will have job offers in your inbox. I guarantee it. If you don't, holla at me.